Honig. Thank you so much. And my wife Janet and Gianna.
Woo!
Gianna's actually 14, she just hasn't grown yet. I'm basing that on personality, of course. So, this is one of our favorite events. We go, and yes, I do say that at every one that we go to, but we really mean it, because this event every year raises so much money, and it's young adults that do it from start to finish, and that is so impressive. If you think about how much you guys have going on in your lives right now, just keeping up with your schoolwork, after-school activities, sports, preparing for college, you have so much going on, more than most adults, and the fact that you put this event together every year and raise the money that you do is so awesome. So I had the privilege of being here about 5 years ago, and I shared 2 statistics with the group that really resonated. I had people coming up to me all night that evening, even days and weeks after, saying, wow, those 2 statistics, I didn't know that they were true, and they were crazy. So I want to share them with you today. The first statistic is that in this country, every single day, 43 kids are diagnosed with cancer. Okay, so this is the statistic I shared with them 5 years ago. This number is from 5 years ago. 43 kids every day are diagnosed with cancer. The second statistic was that 7 kids each day in this country die from cancer. Okay, so those numbers are 5 years old. So I stood up here and I said, you know, over the next 5 or 10 years, we're really going to make a difference. We're going to get those numbers down. It's not going to be 43 kids diagnosed every day, and it's not going to be 7 kids that die every day. No way. 5 or 10 years? So here we are 5 years later, and as I prepared for this event, I checked the latest statistics. 2017. I don't have good news, and I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you the truth. And the truth is that those numbers haven't changed one bit. In 2017, 43 kids every day were diagnosed with cancer. And in 2017, every day, 7 kids died from cancer. So in 5 years, we've made 0 progress. And that's probably surprising, because you see on TV, from different charitable organizations, or from hospitals, you see billboards, we're making a difference. Right? We're beating cancer. They're full of shit. We're getting our asses kicked for the last 5 years. So then it made me think, wow, in 5 years we've done nothing, right? In terms of improving the statistics. What were the numbers 10 years ago? 10 years ago, it was 43 and 7. So I went back further. I went 15 years. 43 and 7. I went 20 years. 43 and 7. You have to go back 25 years to find a number higher than 43 and a number higher than 7. So when you hear that we're beating cancer, we're winning the war on cancer, it's just not true. In 20 years, we've made 0 progress. And so we became one of those statistics in August 3rd, 2012. We have our 2-year-old, Jake, and he was having some headaches and he was vomiting, so we took him in for an MRI at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. And on August 3rd, 2012, we were told the second worst thing that a parent can hear. The second worst thing a parent can hear. Jake has cancer. So he is diagnosed with a very rare form of brain cancer at 2 years old. So we had to follow treatment protocol, which for his type of cancer was, first it was a 7-hour brain surgery. So at 2 years old, they took a tumor out of the right side of his head. It was the size of a kiwi. little head, 2 years old, 7-hour brain surgery. So he recovers from brain surgery over a couple weeks, and then it's time to hit him with some chemotherapy. And because there's not many new chemotherapy drugs developed for children, he did 14 rounds over a 1-year period at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. 14 rounds of chemotherapy, and each round consists of 3 to 6 different chemotherapy drugs, all developed in the 1980s or earlier. This is ancient medication. And chemotherapy is poison. Purposely, it's poison. It's designed to kill all the cells in your body, the good cells and the bad cells, in hopes that your body will rejuvenate cells and the cancer won't follow. So that's what we did. For 1 year, we put him through hell with chemotherapy. What comes with chemotherapy? Chemotherapy means that if you have a fever at 2 o'clock in the morning, you don't take Tylenol, you go to the ER in Philadelphia. Chemotherapy means that you get mouth sores so bad you can't swallow your own saliva. It means you're in pain all the time. It means that you're nauseous. It means that you're vomiting. It means that you can't eat, you can't sleep. But it's what you have to do. So he did it for a year. And we also had to give Jake radiation. So what is radiation? Radiation meant that for 28 straight days, Monday through Friday, he would go to the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, and he would be put to sleep through anesthesia, completely unconscious, for hours each day, put into a machine, and they would radiate the side of his brain where the tumor was. So that's what he did. He had a 7-hour surgery, 14 rounds of chemo, 28 rounds of radiation. It doesn't get much more intense than that. So then we monitored Jake. Every 3 months we would do an MRI. And every 3 months he would do an MRI, and we would wait into the exam room, and the oncologist would walk in with a smile and say, "No evidence of cancer." 6 months, she'd walk in, "No evidence of cancer." 12 months, 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. And in that time, we had a great life. We went on vacations, we went to sporting events, he built a great relationship with his sister. Awesome 3 years. So now let's fast forward to April 2017. It's not even a year ago. 11 months, this past April. It's time for his 4-year MRI. He goes, he gets his MRI, and we're waiting in the exam room for the oncologist to come in. Figure we have nothing to worry about. It's been 4 years. We're waiting. It's taking a long time. She's not coming in. We're thinking she just had a late lunch. So we wait. And this time it's different. This time she doesn't come in. This time we get a text. And we look at our phone, and it says, "Can we speak without the kids?" So we send the kids off to go play. She comes in. At that moment, things we knew were different. So before she could say anything, we said, "How bad?" And she said, "It's bad." She showed us the MRI. Jake's tumor came back to the same location in his brain that he just had all that treatment for, just as aggressive as the first time. So what does that mean? Well, first it means that you have to explain to your 7-year-old that his cancer's back. That also means that it's time for some more therapy. So, Jake needs another brain surgery. Now he's 7 years old, it's April 2017. And like the champ he is, he goes in for his brain surgery. He declines a stretcher, he doesn't want a wheelchair. He says, "I want to walk into the operating room." They've never done that before, but he's Jake the Tank, let him walk. Walks into the operating room, hops up on the operating table. Surgeons, doctors, nurses, fancy equipment, doesn't matter. He hops up and he says, "Make me good again." And so they let me put the mask over his face, put him to sleep. Surgeon has a very successful surgery. They remove the kiwi